back. A month ago, I tweeted this tweet saying that I found a new hobby, and that is film camera thrift shopping. I've been into film cameras recently and testing them out and seeing if it's fun, is it worth it, and yes, it's worth it, it's fun. And I did say on that tweet that I was gonna release a video testing this camera out, and this is that video. So this video is gonna be me testing out the Canon Z135 that I thrifted from a cash converter shop, or like a thrift shop, secondhand for $30. So let's test this camera out and see what the photos will turn out. I'm really excited because, spoiler alert, I have encountered a lot of problems with this camera, and I just want to figure it out together if I should keep this camera, I should return this camera and get my money back, or I don't know. So let's go. So as you can see here in this sped up footage, I am loading up the camera and I am using a 5-cent coin because this camera has a strange, or maybe outdated, battery compartment. Other battery compartments, you just like flick a switch and open it up, but this one you have to use a coin to actually open it up. I can't use my keys, I can't use anything, a coin works. I've read somewhere that this camera is made in Japan and they have fashioned this screw type lock for the battery compartment to fit a 1 yen coin. I didn't have a 1 yen coin. The smallest coin that I could find that could fit into that little screw type thing is a 5-cent Australian coin, so that's why I'm using that over there. And so I ventured out to the beach to test this camera. I was editing in my house during that day and looked out the window and saw that it was gonna be a great sunset. It was cold that day, that's why I was wearing this big noodle jumper, as I like to call it, but the sunset looked amazing and I was like, what better way to test this camera than go to the beach? So I went to the beach and this is when this happened. Okay, so I've been testing this camera out because it's a bit sunny today, and this is a 100 ISO film, so it kind of needs some sun for it to be taking good photos. But I have no idea what's going on. So in this like little screen here for this camera, when I try to take a photo, maybe I've got it on for too long, but sometimes it flashes plus 1.5 and then like a letter H, like in between the battery sign and whatever that sign is. Like, I have no clue. And the funny thing is, I can't take a photo with it. Like the shutter button just doesn't work, and I'm still trying to figure this one out as well, because it seems like it's a long press kind of thing. And once that starts flashing, I can't take a photo. I have to turn it off, but it advances the film, and that's so annoying. Does that mean it's just a blank from that? Oh, that's just annoying. Does that mean it's just a blank now? Like that shot is just a blank? Great. So I found a manual online for the Canon SureShot, this one. The manual said that if the plus 1.5 thing is like showing on the LCD panel, that means it's compensating the exposure. But then if the letter H comes up, that means that you have to reset the camera and then turn on and off the camera
but if you still see the camera displaying the H, then that means it's broken. You have to take it to be repaired. But now my problem with this now is that once it displays the H and then you try to reset the camera, it advances the film. So that means every time that happens, I won't have a photo on that part of the film. It's a waste of film. I don't know, I might actually return this or something. I'll try to take more photos and see what happens. Okay, now I've taken more photos, but it's flashing the plus 1.5 and the H, and it's not working. And I've already switched it off and it's still flashing. I wonder if it's because the film that I used is expired, but that shouldn't be a problem. Alright guys, now I'm back home and I have just taken out the expired film from this Canon SureShot camera that I thrifted. So now I'm gonna load a fresh, not expired film. So this one is the Kodak Ultramax ISO 400 film. So let's load this camera up and see if it still works or not. So I have actually taken out the batteries. So it's currently not, it's just showing 0, the battery meter, and it's not showing the letter H and the plus 1.5. And what I did was I just clicked this little button with a pen to rewind the film. So let's load this baby up. I had really big hopes for this camera, primarily because the brand is Canon. Canon are doing a really good job and they have a lot of cameras produced over the years, and even though this is the first Canon film camera that I have found and have used, I still had big hopes. And so I continued taking more photos and using up the roll of film. Hey guys, another update on that thrifted camera.
this one. I am currently in Hyde Park and it's the next day, and interestingly enough, it's working very well. Girl, if you only knew. So I'm on the, I don't know if you can see that, the 12th exposure, and it's been working fine. So maybe it was having problems because the film was expired, or maybe the film was too sticky for its liking, or maybe I'm trying to take photos in direct sunlight. Today is an overcast day, the 2nd of September. It still feels like winter, but the weather is definitely warming up, and I'm saying that, but I'm wearing like a cardigan. The wind is still quite cold, and we kind of have like storms coming the next couple days, so far so good for this camera. Oh no, I spoke too soon. Oh man. Okay. Let's try to turn it on and turn it off. See what I mean by the camera advancing the film? I was on the 13th exposure and now it's on the 14th. But that worked, so there you go. Camera's on again. No letter H and no plus 1.5. Which I find strange that there's the exposure compensation. It's a very cloudy day today and it's starting to rain. I am back in the car and it's pouring out there, and I was trying to take a photo of one of the food trucks at Hyde Park, but this happened. Letter H plus 1.5, which I still find strange. It's cloudy. It's not that bright. This is not good. I think I might have to return it. Well, what I'll do, I'll go home, open up the battery, put it back on, and let's see what happens. Hello. I'm home now, and so that is what we are dealing with right now. So I'm gonna take the batteries off and see if that helps. Ow. Alright, batteries off. Okay. Let's put it back on. Doesn't seem to be blinking the letter H and the plus 1.5. Turn it on. Okay. Works. Right. It's a bit, well, the sun's peeking through the clouds now, and I want to take a photo of my succulents. This door. The succulents I got from my cousin for my 20th birthday. Ooh, so bright. Right. So these are my succulents.
It's so pretty. Not that one. This one. So pretty. That one's still really tiny, but I can see it's kind of growing, so yeah, let's take a photo. Can you see it? Not really. Nineteenth exposure now.
I'll do the thing. Oh, it's not separated. Oh well. So I am on the last, I don't know if you can hear me, it's very windy out here. I'm on the last exposure, 24th exposure, so I wonder if this rewinds the film by itself. We'll see. I'll take the last photo. Numbers are going back. All done! Yeah! Okay. And now we are back. You have seen what the photos look like, and I am torn. The photos that turned out great turned out really great. Like, they were really sharp, just downright beautiful. However, the ones that turned out really bad still looks cool. So I am still very confused and unsure if I should keep this camera or return it. So I have a piece of paper down here, and let's write the pros and cons of this camera. Pros and cons. Straight away, the first pro that I can think of is that the photos are beautiful. I can't deny it, the photos are beautiful. One con that I can think of at the top of my head is the battery compartment. I feel like it's such an inconvenience having to have a 5-cent coin or even any kind of coin on you just to open the battery compartment. Pros. One pro that I can think of is that it's a compact camera. You don't have to worry anything about ISOs, aperture and any of these other things, and it's autofocus. It's very easy to use. Con, the batteries. This camera is powered by a CR123A battery, and those can get pretty expensive. Wait, is it C123A or CR123A? I'm not sure. I bought two for 20 bucks. That's ridiculous just for two batteries, and you can't even charge them. They're not rechargeable. A pro that I can think of is the brand. Canon is a very good brand. In fact, I use the Canon G7X Mark II to film most of my videos, and it's been working well for me so far. I've had it for 3 years now. The autofocus is a bit but nothing that is not manageable. Con, the flash is a bit finicky. Is that how you spell finicky? I don't know. There's this one photo that I took of Graham while he was driving, and we were in the car driving somewhere, obviously to continue testing this camera out, and for some reason the flash didn't go off. I mean, granted that the background was bright and stuff, but why did the camera not fire the flash? It's a compact camera, it's an auto camera. I don't know why it didn't. And those are all the pros and cons that I can think of at the moment, which leaves us a bit even more confused. I've got 3 pros and 3 cons. Man, what do I do? Ugh. After much careful deliberation from the pros and the cons of this camera, I have decided I'm going to return it. Anyway, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I just wanted to experiment a little bit on how I made this video, just, you know, for fun, and see what I can come up with. And I will see you in the next video next week, Wednesday. Please subscribe if you enjoy this film camera series. Travel vlogs will be coming soon, so hang tight, stay tuned. Bye!